Big news right now with Zcash. You are watching the Coin Zone. I'm Crypto with Paul. Let's get right into it and not waste any time, guys. If you're just joining the stream now, make sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Let's get into it. So to start, from Coin Bureau, just in, Zcash devs resign, may form new company. Let's pause there for a second, ladies and gentlemen. Here in the Coin Zone, we're not taking this side, we're not taking that side. Okay, we're going to cover all angles and sides. Like freaking math, guys, okay? Bad, stupid joke. It's a late morning for me today, okay? But here's the deal, guys. We're still putting the pieces together. Nobody really knows what's good, what's not. Mert is out here saying this is all FUD. So we're going to break it all down here in the Coin Zone and see what's really going on. So let's get to it. So the entire Zcash team at Electric Coin Company resigned on January 7th. That was yesterday, following a board dispute, and is considering forming a new company, leaving Zcash's roadmap uncertain. Now, why don't we go over to Yahoo Finance? Okay, big publication. This is not your average degen on X. Privacy coin Zcash sinks 20% after core developer team quits. So far, this does not seem like fake news to me, guys. This seems pretty legit. Chief the Yorkie, Zcash. Chief, what's good? Good to see it's happening, Chief. Hope everything is going well with you. Yeah, so what's going on? Let's get into it still. The price of Zcash, the top privacy crypto by value, sank over 20% on Thursday after the entire development team seemingly quit. Now, quick PSA and pause. We got over 12 people joining the stream already so far. If you guys are out there in the Zcash community, we want to hear from you. We want to actually have you on the show. So we're trying to get somebody ASAP. All right, hit me up in the DMs at Crypto with Paul. Well, Crypto W Paul, okay? Or just reach out to us in the Coin Zone if you want to be a guest to talk Zcash. So, Josh Sweetheart, it sounds very close to Sweetheart. I'm pretty sure he's had to use that at some point as some sort of game in his career. If he hasn't, what a waste. Formerly the head of the Electric Coin Company, the firm behind Zcash, said on X that the team, quote unquote, left after being constructively discharged. Okay? In short, the terms of our employment were changed in ways that made it impossible for us to perform our duties effectively and with integrity. So what are you guys thinking here? For me, I have my own suspicions, right? You get all this sudden attention out of nowhere. Zcash was dormant for all these years. Out of nowhere, it went crazy. Okay? Maybe some people on the inside we're trying to take advantage of that craziness, you know? When someone goes from nothing to fame overnight, people's personalities change. You really see some true colors. So if these developers were trying to continue doing their job with integrity, you know, following blockchain standards, but some of the board members were prohibiting them from doing that because they wanted more, possibly, you know, doing something malicious or with malintent. I'm not saying that's what's going on, but we're just speculating. Then I can understand why Josh and the rest of the developers did what they did. Pamela, what is going on? New to trading and still taking more losses than wins. Staying focused, but it's tough. Any real advice on how to finally turn things around and trade profitably? Well, Pamela, thanks for commenting. I don't trade myself. I know day traders. I'm actually hanging out with one on Friday. I follow a couple on YouTube. Real quick, I'll give you a plug. But I would say, Pamela, the better thing to do is to buy and hold and be strategic and zoom out. But I will give you someone who I think is very good to listen to. Real quick, just since you commented, and I appreciate the love and the interaction. Let me find his name for you real quick because he does have a good channel. Craig. I always mess up his last name. And I can't find it at the moment, but his name is Craig Perocco. That's how you pronounce it. This guy right here, Pamela, check him out. He's a day trader. He's got a good video. He's got a good YouTube channel. I mean, Craig Perocco. Perocco, that sounds like it's accurate. But yeah, Pamela, I would say check him out. Doormat, Happy New Year, bro. Bullish for 2026 overall. Not James Wynn, LOL. Doormat, my long lost cousin, Paul Matt, Doormat. We'll get Placemat in the mix here. You'll love to see it. But back to it, guys. Mert. If you guys don't know who Mert is, he has been all over X for a while now. rage baiting people, arguing with people, getting some wins, getting some losses, big name in the space. But real quick, let's just listen to what Mert had to say earlier this morning about this whole situation with Zcash.
Absolutely fake news. I mean, like, look, it's one of those things where, like, you can take something that is technically true because they resigned from the foundation entity, but then they're all under the new entity. So like they just literally changed the name and the legal doc, but nobody, like, the net number of people working on the same problems has remained unchanged.
Okay. So if you didn't really understand that breakdown, this is also what this user is trying to explain as well. Basically what Mert was saying and what this Crypto Pulse XBT is saying as well. We'll look at it a little differently. There's a lot of Zcash FUD going around, so here's what's actually happening as of now. The core dev team from Electric Coin Company, headed by Josh, has stepped away due to a governance dispute, not because they're abandoning Zcash. Now, here's where I'm going to pause, because this does get a little confusing. Because if they're stepping away from the rest of the team that's building the project, are they just going to build on Zcash as a separate entity? That makes sense. But we're also hearing rumors that they're starting a completely new company and possibly working on something new entirely. So I guess we don't really know what's going on here yet, guys. But there is a lot of quote-unquote FUD, speculation, maybe some misinformation going about. I'm sure at some point we'll hear from somebody, maybe Josh himself, from the community. In the meantime, guys, this is what Zcash has been doing. It hit a low earlier at around 3:05 a.m., around $380, now back at $420. So, Pamela, if you were day trading up at 3 a.m., you could have got a nice one. Okay, it's a big swing right there, $40 swing. Buy and hold, girl. Time in the market. Yes, Doormat, I would agree. We just saw the exit of one of the best investors of all time in Warren Buffett, who is now no longer the CEO of Berkshire Hathaway. But I mean, man, if there's seminars on X, an hour, 2 hours long, Warren Buffett speaking, those are for sure worth it. Those are for sure worth it. I would check those out. But yeah, Pamela, check Greg out. Let us know how you're doing. And make sure to sub to the channel if you haven't already. Now, we are all Zashi. Okay, this is from, I believe, one of the founding entities, right? So why don't we read this? This is the board of Bootstrap. So these are the individuals that Josh named in his statement. Why don't we read through that real quick, because I kind of skipped over that by accident. So let me pull that up real quick. We're going to take a look at what Josh said. Okay, again, the former CEO of Electric Coin Company, and then we're going to switch over to what I just had on the screen. So Josh supposedly says, guys, over the past few weeks, it's become clear that the majority of Bootstrap board members of the nonprofit created to support Zcash by governing the Electric Coin Company specifically, and then he names 4 individuals, have moved into clear misalignment with the mission of Zcash. Yesterday, the entire ECC team left after being constructively discharged by Zcam. In short, the terms of our unemployment were changed in ways that made it impossible for us to perform our duties effectively and with integrity. We are founding a new company, but we're still the same team with the same mission, building unstoppable private money. Importantly, the Zcash protocol is unaffected. This decision is simply about protecting our team's work from malicious governance actions that have made it impossible to honor ECC's original mission. So, again, still a little confusing in my eyes. Is Josh saying we're founding a new company to then build not on Zcash and create a new quote-unquote unstoppable private money? Or does that mean that they're just creating a new entity to still continue to build Zcash? Probably the latter, now that I'm saying it all out loud. But you never know, guys. Stay tuned. In the midst of all this, we're seeing a lot of news all over X right now, and people freaking out and people rage baiting over literally nothing. So let's just get to this quick statement as well. We are all Zashi. We are saddened by this outcome and respect the contributions of those who have chosen to depart. At the same time, it's important to clarify the nature of this disagreement. Bootstrap was established as a 501c3 public benefit nonprofit to steward and support the Zcash mission. As such, it operates under specific legal and fiduciary obligations that govern how assets, intellectual property, and potential transactions must be structured. Fiduciary, Jesus. Over recent weeks, the board engaged in discussions regarding external investment and alternative structures to privatize Zashi, while working with legal counsel to ensure any path forward would comply with U.S. nonprofit law, remain consistent with the long-term mission of Zcash, and not jeopardize the broader Zcash community. Okay. Let's pause for a second. Did we all get that? Let's keep going. Wonderful. There is nothing wrong with for-profits, and such a project done well can be an excellent way to bring a large amount of outside capital into making Zcash and privacy great and user-friendly. So that's huge right there. But Bootstrap/ECC's nonprofit constraints are real, and navigating them responsibly can be complex, particularly in changing environment. Such transactions must be done carefully with safeguards to ensure that assets meant to serve the public interest, including contributions from donors who trusted that mission, continue to advance it rather than being captured for private benefit. Okay. So far, oh my gosh. I was just going to say, so far, this is reminding me a lot of OpenAI. And look at this here, guys. OpenAI's restructuring drew intense scrutiny from Attorney General, former employees, and public interest groups over concerns about conflicts of interest and fair valuation of charitable assets. The proposed deal in its last state introduces new vulnerabilities for politically motivated attacks on Zcash. Any of its donors could sue. The transaction could be unwound, i.e. Zashi would have to be transferred back to ECC. These factors jeopardize the entire Zcash ecosystem, not just the parties to the transaction. Wow. Okay, so this is complex, guys. This is not a simple thing here. We do not doubt that those who proposed this transaction believed it was the right path forward for Zcash. They were following norms that are standard amongst tech startups. Their commitment to the project is real, and their frustration with the constraints of nonprofit governance is understandable. But good intentions do not satisfy legal requirements, and urgency does not excuse a flawed process. Zcash's power lies in its integrity as technology and as a movement. A restructuring done in a way that invites scrutiny, even if well-intentioned, would damage the credibility and set back the cause of privacy and financial freedom. That's quite a statement right there. So this is pretty big, guys. Okay. This is things definitely do make more sense after taking a look at all angles and sides here. And Chief the Yorkie, Pamela, Doormat, let me know what else you guys think about everything that we just covered about this Zcash situation that is currently ongoing. Breaking news as of today, January 8th. Couple good people born on this day. Elvis Presley being one of them. Shout out to that. So, yeah, I'm curious to see how this is all going to shake out for Zcash. So far, this could potentially be good momentum for Monero, for Midnight, for Dash. We'll see. Chief the Yorkie, it will rebound. Yeah, I mean, you know, as we covered, look, I mean, it dropped from 480, 470 last night, all the way down $100 almost, and now it's kind of climbing back up around over $40 already. But yeah, again, it's you zoom out. We're on a day. We're down 18% on the week. We're still up on the month. And guys, 800% on the year. Like, you zoom out, this could be a little blip, a little bubble in the success of Zcash if it continues to happen. You still have massive names behind it, like the Winklevoss twins. Chief the Yorkie already bought more. What a savage. Great job, Chief, for staying tapped in and making moves like this. You know, if you got in on Zcash early, guys, I mean, you're up good right now. So kudos to you if you are one of those individuals. But I appreciate you guys for tapping in. Again, if, you know, help us out here too, guys. If anybody knows any Zcash people that you think are willing to come on the channel here, let us know. We're going to have them on the show. And we want to discuss this as soon as possible. So if you're out there watching right now and you want to be a guest of the Coin Zone to discuss everything that's happening with Zcash today, let us know. Hit us up in the DMs on the Coin Zone or me personally, Crypto with Paul. It's Crypto W Paul. You can see it on the scroll on the bottom of our screen here. So I appreciate you guys for tapping in. Chief the Yorkie, always a pleasure. Doormat, it's good to see you again. Pamela, appreciate the comments. Hopefully you're doing good with your trading. And we'll see you guys on the next stream. That's it from me for today. Stay tuned, guys. See what happens with Zcash. I'll see you guys soon.